Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I will teach you how to solve nonlinear simultaneous equations. Of course, there is a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one, to solve this type of simultaneous equations, we need to use substitution method. So let me just rewrite the equations out first. So let me just rewrite. So y is equal to x squared. So let's name this equation number 1. And then we have y is equal to 2x. And let's name this equation number 2. So now what we can do is we can substitute equation number 2 into equation number 1. Or we can substitute equation number 1 into equation number 2. Okay, it doesn't matter which one you substitute in. So let me just substitute equation number 1. This one here, y is equal to x squared into equation number 2. So this is y. So because y now becomes x squared. So let me just write this down. So substitute equation number 1 into equation number 2. So now it becomes, the y here becomes x squared. So x squared is equal to 2x. Now to solve these quadratic equations, we need to make the equation becomes 0 first. So this means that x squared minus 2x is equal to 0 because I want to move this on this side. So that becomes ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Remember that, okay? When you solve quadratic equations, we need to make the whole equation equal to 0. Okay, then we can factorize from there. So now I can just factorize these equations by taking out the common factor. And in this case, the common factor for this is x. So I take the x out. So that becomes x. So I take the x out. That becomes x minus 2 is equal to 0. So this means that, let me just write this on here. So this means that x is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So I move this on the side. This means that x is equal to 2. So therefore, x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 2. So now we need to find the y value. So when x is equal to 0, so let me just substitute x is equal to 0 either into equations number 1 or equation number 2. Doesn't really matter, okay? You will get the same value of y. So when x is 0, so let's say substitute x equal to 0 into equation number 1. So this means that y is equal to, x is become 0 now because y equal x squared. So that becomes 0 squared. So 0 squared is equal to 0. So now we have the y value is equal to 0 when x is equal to 0. Now when x is equal to 2, same process. So we just substitute x is equal to 2 into equation number 1. So this means that y equal x squared, it becomes y is equal to 2 because x is 2 and then square. So 2 square is 4. So there you go. So when x is equal to 2 and we have y is equal to 4. So now let me just write down the answer, of course. So therefore, when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. And when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 4. So there you go. Second one. Now to solve this pair of simultaneous equations, of course, we need to use substitution method. So let me just write out the equation out first. So first one is y is equal to x squared minus 3. So let's name this equation number 1. And we have 3x plus y minus 1 is equal to 0. So let's name this equation number 2. So we can see y is x squared minus 3. We can substitute into this y here. So now let me just write it down. So we say substitute. So let's say substitute equation number 1 into equation number 2. So that becomes 3x plus y, but y now is x squared minus 3. And then we minus this one, we just need to write it down. That is equal to 0. So now what I do, I just simplify the equations and then I factorize, okay? So this becomes x squared plus 3x, and we have minus 3 minus 1. So that will give me minus 4 is equal to 0. Now we just need to factorize this. So to factorize this, remember, this is a minus. So we have a 1 plus and 1 minus. So we have x plus and x minus is equal to 0. So two numbers times together to give me this number here, which is 4. And then the difference is 3. So that means 4 times 1. And the difference is 3. But then it's positive 3. So we need to write the bigger number on the positive side. And that give me 1. And of course, if you want to learn more about factorizing, please go down to the description below. And I have the link for you to practice if needed. Okay. So let me just continue on with this. So this means that x plus 4 is equal to 0, or x minus 1 is equal to 0. So therefore, x is equal to negative 4, or x equal to 1. So now we just need to find the y value. So let me just write on here. So we just substitute x is equal to negative 4 into either equation number 1 or equation number 2. So let's just substitute that into equation number 1. That's easier because y as a subject already. So this equation number 1. So y equal x squared minus 3. That becomes negative 4 squared because x is negative 4. So x squared is negative 4 all squared. And then we minus 3. Negative 4 squared is 16. And 16 minus 3 is 13. So now we know that when x is negative 4, y is equal to 13. Otherwise, you can just put that on a calculator and you should get 13, okay? So just keep that in mind. So now when x is equal to 1, so we just substitute x is equal to 1 into equations number 1 again. So now y equal x squared. That means that is 1 squared and minus 3. And 1 squared is 1 and minus 3 is negative 2. So which is negative 2. So now we have when x is equal to 1, we have y is equal to negative 2. So let me just write the answer out. So therefore, when x is equal to negative 4, y is equal to 13. And when x is equal to 1, y is equal to negative 2. So there you go. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through them with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 2. And let's name this equation number 1. And we have y is equal to x minus 2. Name this equation number 2. So now we just substitute equation number 2 into equation number 1. So let me just write this down. Substitute equation number 2 into equation number 1. So this means that this y here is x minus 2. So we have x squared plus y squared means x minus 2 squared, which is equal to 2. So now what I need to do is I just need to expand the equations. So x squared plus, now to expand this x minus 2 all square. So we just square this, so which is x squared. And we go x times negative 2, it give me negative 2x. And I double it, it give me negative or minus 4x. And then we add 2 squared, which is 4. So let me just write this down. So that becomes plus x squared minus 4x plus 4 is equal to 2. So now I just simplified by collecting the like terms and I move the 2 on the other side. Okay, so this means that x squared plus x squared, it gives me 2x squared. And then minus 4x, and I move these 2 on this side. So 4 minus 2 is 2. So plus 2 is equal to 0. And we can see that the common factor for this is 2 because this is 4 and 2. So we can divide the whole lot by 2 because this equation equals 0. So I divide every term by 2. So that will give me x, if I divide this by 2, the whole lot. Okay, divide by 2. So divide by 2, give me minus 2x. And then divide this 2, give me 1, which is equal to 0. So now to factorize this, so we have a positive here. So this means that 2 sides are the same. We just copy the negative side here. So x minus and x minus, which is equal to 0. So 2 numbers time together to give me 1. And we add together to give me 2 because of plus in front here. So therefore 1, because 1 times 1 is 1. And we add them together is 2. So 1 here and 1 here. So this means that x minus 1 is equal to 0 because 2 factors are the same, okay? So this means that x is equal to 1. So when x equal to 1, to find the y value, so easier if we just substitute the x value in equation number 2, okay? So let me just write this down. So I can say sub x is equal to 1 into equation number 2. So therefore, y is equal to 1 minus 2. So that is equal to negative 1. So therefore, when x is equal to 1, y is equal to negative 1. So therefore, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to negative 1. So there you go. I hope you got it correct. Last one. So we have 2x plus y plus 3 is equal to 0. Let's name this equation number 1. And we have y is equal to x squared minus 11. So let's name these equations number 2. So now we can just substitute this y here is equal to x squared minus 11 because y is equal to x squared minus 11. So therefore, we substitute equation number 2 into equation number 1. So this equation number 1 now becomes 2x plus y. But y is x squared minus 11. And this plus 3, we just write this down, which is equal to 0. So now I just collect like terms and then I factorize so I can solve these quadratic equations, okay? So let me just write x squared first and then plus 2x. And we have negative 11 plus 3. So we just go 11 minus 3. So give you 8, but it's negative 8, okay? Again, you can use calculator if you're not sure, okay? So equals 0. So we have a negative sign here. So it should be 1 plus 1 minus straight away. Equals 0. And then we have 2 numbers times together give me 8. And the difference, because minus means difference, is equal to 2. So 8 is 4 times 2. And the difference is 2. But then because it's positive 2x, so we're therefore the bigger number on the positive side. So there you go. So this means that x plus 4 is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So to solve this, we just move the 4 on this side. So therefore, x is equal to negative 4 or x is equal to 2. So now we just need to find the y value. So when x is equal to negative 4, we just substitute that into equation number 2 because y as a subject already, okay? So I just say substitute x is equal to negative 4 into equation number 2. So this means that y equal x squared, but x is negative 4. So make sure you bracket it because it's a negative number. So square, and then we minus 11. So negative 4 squared is 16 minus 11 that give me 5. So please keep that in mind. If not sure, just put that on a calculator and you should get 5. So now we have x is equal to -4, y is equal to 5. Then we need to find the value for y when x is equal to 2. So we just substitute x is equal to 2 into equation number 2. Of course, you can substitute that into equation number 1, but equation number 2 is much easier. That's all. So now y is equal to x squared, that is 2 squared. And then minus 11. And we have 2 squared is 4. So minus 11, so this give me -7. So that is minus 7. Otherwise, just put that on a calculator. So now when x is equal to 2, y is equal to -7. So therefore, when x is equal to -4, y is equal to 5. And when x is equal to 2, y is equal to -7. So there you go. I hope you got all of them correct. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.